Hi, I'm Erwin Raphael McManus. Welcome to the Genius of Jesus. It's been, for me, such an exciting journey to write this book. I've always been fascinated with the concept of genius. And even as I look back on my life, there are 4 geniuses that really affected my own personal journey. There was Robert Heinlein, Leonardo da Vinci, Socrates, and Jesus. Robert Heinlein introduced me to the genius of storytelling and of using your imagination. Leonardo da Vinci really took me into the genius of invention and how you can begin to design and create things that even technology is not capable of yet. With Socrates, he taught me the genius of inquiry, the genius of asking the right questions, the genius of having conversations that allow you to go deeper and deeper to discover truth. But with Jesus, I discovered the genius of being fully human. And one of the things that always struck me as unusual was that of all the lists of geniuses I'd ever seen, Jesus never made one of the lists. And there's some that were always on the list, it seemed. Da Vinci was always on the list. Mozart was always on the list. Picasso was always on the list. And then there would be some others that would be on some lists and not on others, like Gandhi and Mandela. Even Muhammad was on some of the lists of geniuses I found, but never Jesus. And I began to wonder, how is it possible that perhaps the most influential figure in modern history would never be listed on the list of, historic geniuses? And so I began to ask, for me, at first, an objective question. Now, I believe in Jesus as the Savior of the world. I believe in Jesus as who he claimed to be, the Messiah, the Christ. But did Jesus qualify as a genius? Which I think is a really important question. Because even if you believe that Jesus is God, and if you believe that Jesus came to change the course of human history and the essence of every human life, he might still not qualify as a genius. And yet, if you step back to the backdrop of who Jesus is, especially if you do believe he's God, then you realize, wait a minute, the very God who created the universe, the very God who conceptualized this ever-expanding universe, the very God who conceptualized black holes and solar systems and galaxies and novas and supernovas, and who imagined this beautifully complex environment called Earth where life can happen, an undeniable act of genius. So how then, if Jesus is God, could he not be a genius? And then if he is a genius, on what canvas did Jesus display his genius most and best? And so I wrote the Genius of Jesus as the intersection, the collision of 2 important journeys for me. One, a lifetime of fascination with the concept of genius. Is genius a rare and exceptional experience, or is genius available to all of us? And also my own personal pursuit and journey of the person of Jesus Christ. Who is Jesus? And how does his life translate into my life? And so the Genius of Jesus is the intersection. It's where genius and Jesus collide. It is that intersection where we are both touched by madness and touched by the divine. So I want to welcome you as we dive into the Genius of Jesus, as you not only unwrap the marvel of the genius that is uniquely Jesus's, but the genius that might possibly be available for you as well.